Now, in my opinion, Matthew Walker is the world's leading sleep expert, and he has a book out there called Why We Sleep. If you haven't purchased it, I totally recommend that you go ahead and purchase that. But inside his book, he talks about the 4 pillars to achieve optimal sleep, right? And pillar number 1 is he talks about regularity, and you want to be consistent with your sleep schedule. Pillar number 2 is continuity of sleep. Is your sleep fragmented? For example, with sleep maintenance and you're waking up during the night, your sleep is fragmented. So it's impacting pillar number 2. Pillar number 3 is the quantity. How much sleep are you having? And more importantly, how much are you getting of each of the different stages? And then pillar 4 is quality. Now, just because you might be getting 8 hours, if you're not going through the natural rhythms and you're not completing each cycle of 90 minutes, then it doesn't really mean that you're getting quality sleep. And when we don't have quality sleep, what happens inside our body is a hormonal response. We have an insulin problem. So insulin is like our storage hormone, and you're going to find out about this inside our hormone pillar. Now, insulin, it's triggered by glucose, right? And so what happens here, when you have a strong insulin signal, when you are insulin sensitive, what it does is it pushes all of this glucose or sugar into the cells ready to be used for energy. Okay, so this is good. A weak signal is known as insulin resistance, right? And this doesn't push into the cells for energy, but now it tells the body to store it as body fat. So insufficient sleep means you don't have enough insulin, which means you don't have the signal to store it as energy, and your body can't clear the blood glucose, and now it starts to store it as body fat. So why does sleep impact your glucose response, right? Why is your insulin not listening to the glucose activity? Well, what happens is there was a study, and in this study, it took people with no signs of diabetes, okay? So these were healthy people, and what they did is they took a biopsy of these cells, and over 2 nights, they limited their sleep to 5 hours, and in the second night, they allowed them to sleep 8 hours. Now, these were the same individuals with the same controlled environment. And guess what? In the night where they were only allowed to sleep for 5 hours, almost double the amount of insulin was required for the cells to absorb the glucose, which means there was a 50% reduction in the insulin signal, which therefore correlates to a 50% increase in the storage of body fat. So we can help just change our body composition by focusing on sleep and, more importantly, focusing on cortisol.